Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Me, your host, Session, and of course, the latest Manchester United news. But this is your preview to our Everton game tomorrow, and we'll be speaking about Varane and Casemiro potentially leaving Manchester United. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Thank you for your support. Let's get into it. So, Varane, Casemiro, both came from Real Madrid. Both looked that they were going to take us to the next level that we needed to go to. But after one season, both of them cannot seem to get into the team. And that is through injury. It might be because their age is catching up with him, but there seems to be something wrong behind the scenes. It's been reported that Varane's relationship with Ten Hag is broken. It's reported that Casemiro wants to see changes behind the scenes that will see us start competing in order for him to stay. And both of them are eyeing a move to Saudi Arabia, where right now the money is the most important thing. Now let's start with Casemiro first. When he came in last season, he did elevate our midfield. He was our best midfielder, was so close to winning Player of the Year, and essentially had so many man of the match performances. One of the most important being in the Carabao Cup final, especially with the goal that he got. But it seemed to catch up with him, the amount of games that he played, and with him not having a good preseason, and the way the season started, the way Ten Hag wanted to play, it affected him. It affected his performances, and you can see that he lost a yard or two. Now, he hasn't been in the team as much, and when he has been in the team, he hasn't performed well. And because of that, you would need to see change. At any top level club, when you are not performing well, you are either benched or you are sold. Why is it any different with us? Look at Varane, his relationship with Ten Hag is broken. Why is that the case? Wasn't he the gentleman footballer, one of the respected players, the leaders in the dressing room? But he comes with a similar attitude of entitlement. I must play regardless of my injury record, regardless of my age. But that's not the way it works at a top level club. They always say in football, you're only as good as your last game. And both Casemiro and Varane have not had good games in recent times this season and have been injured. So Ten Hag cannot rely on them, cannot build a consistent starting 11 with one Varane who's constantly injured and Casemiro who is not performing well. So changes needed to be made. And it's gotten to the point where both of them are looking to leave in January, even at the earliest. Now, Sancho, we know his situation and he is potentially on his way out, whether on loan or to be sold. But the likes of Casemiro and Varane were players that were part of the first team. Now, Casemiro has said that he wants to see the season out and then see where his future lies and where we are as a club. But why is that the case? Where is the professionalism to actually want to do well, regardless of what your situation is off the pitch? Too many times, players these days are more concerned about issues off the pitch and don't worry about their bread and butter, which is performing well. And yes, mental stability is quite important. But if you've played the game for quite a long time, and Casemiro and Varane have been playing at the top level for more than 10 years, they should have steel mentalities that won't allow them to be affected by off-field issues. Now, whether it's Casemiro's team that is speaking about us needing to be more ambitious, whether it's Varane's team that is pushing the factor that he's got a broken relationship with Ten Hag, either way, there is a problem. And if it means that they have to be sold at January at the earliest, then we have to accept that. They are on high wages, Sancho included. De Gea left and he was on a high wage. Ronaldo was on a high wage. There might be a deeper, shall I say, type of instruction being given because of these high earners that are at the club. Trying to get rid of them in order to get players that will work for their money, will not be earning that high, but will have quality performances on the pitch. And that is what is important. Not your status or your brand, but your performances on the pitch. If that is not up to standard, you certainly cannot play or even be in the starting 11. So knowing that Varane and Casemiro are potentially on their way out is difficult to take. But you also accept it because we are moving in a different direction. We are trying to better our salary structure. And if this is the way of getting them out, then we have to accept that. Varane and Casemiro are quality players still. And if they stay this season, I believe can still be part of the team, if not start, if they get their performances and injuries in check. But many of our players have been injured. They've just fallen prey to it because of their age. And it kind of does affect them more than some of our other players. But let's get into the preview for Everton right now. Sean Dyche, him and his team had 10 points deducted from them from the FA. And whether you look at that as corrupt, and you probably would if you understand the deeper context of what is going on with the FA and City and Chelsea and now Everton, you would know and believe that it is corrupt. But that's not the conversation we want to have. It's not our business. We focus on the football. Everton, Goodison Park, a team, a place where it has been difficult for us. Now, we should win based on the quality of players that we will have on the pitch for us. But a game like this always shows a moment of determination, working hard, fighting spirit. And we know Sean Dyche will have that. And we need physicality in the team. That being said, let's go through the starting 11 that I think would start for this game. Onana's been deemed fit, and I think he will probably continue to start. I feel for Bayern Dur, who had a good international break, but I think Ten Hag will continue to stick with Onana as long as he's fit because he is the number one. At left back, reported Shaw is back and he's fit, and I think he will start at left back because that is what we have been missing. Crosses into the box, the overlapping runs from Shaw, his balls from left back and the left hand side. So him being back is a massive, massive boost, and I think he will start on the left hand side at left back. At right back, I believe, and I would want to see Wan-Bissaka start ahead of Delo, simply because one, Delo was kind of on paternity leave with him having the birth of his child during the international break, and I think for that reason, I don't think he'll be available for this game. So Wan-Bissaka would probably come in at right back, and in the centre back partnership, because of the whole situation with Varane, I think Maguire and Lindelof will be the starting centre-back partnership, and I don't think there's any complaints with that. Lindelof has had here and there good performance, but should maybe kick on, and Maguire's been consistent. He's been performing well and deserves to start once again. I don't think there is any argument about that. We have to give credit where credit is due. Now in midfield, as I said, Everton are going to be physical, and we cannot have Eriksen starting this game simply because off the ball, physically, he's not it. It's not going to be very beneficial for us to have him in midfield where we can easily get overpowered, overrun by the high energy, athletic, physical monsters that is Amadou Onana and Idrissa Gueye. So for me, it has to be Amrabat with McTominay. And as much as you don't want McTominay to start because of not being quality, etc., but the physicality he brings, the height that he brings for the way Sean Dyche would use set pieces and the way he plays long balls to the top, the likes of McTominay, Maguire, etc., are going to be good in this game for that aerial threat that Everton will pose. The front four, in my opinion, of course, Bruno in the 10, the captain, we know this. I think if Højlund is fit, he will start. But Ten Hag did say that they are unsure, and we'll check today to see if he's fit enough to start. And if he is, he probably will start. But if not, I think Martial will get a run out up front, and he's got a very good record against Everton, so he probably want to continue that. I hope he shows a bit of determination to get a goal and have a good performance. Left and right, I think Ten Hag will go back to his default and have Rashford and Anthony back on either side, and then wanting to see Rashford and Martial have that link up we've seen in previous seasons. And of course, Anthony has to show himself. He has to start performing well. He has to get an assist, a goal. Does not matter. But he needs to have good performances from here on out because we are getting a difficult run of fixtures with the likes of Galatasaray, Newcastle, Bayern Munich, etc. also to come, and Liverpool at Anfield. So our forward players need to kick into gear now. They need to start scoring. They need to start assisting each other. And we need to start clicking now. We're literally going into the middle of the season and we still do not seem to be playing at the level that we should. So a game against Everton will be tough, but if we put ourselves in a position to be ready for the physical battle, the quality will shine through and we will win. And that is all that it is. If we get the bare minimum right and put in enough effort in order to fight for the ball, the quality will speak for itself and we'll get our chances, and then we should be clinical and score. But thank you for joining me in today's video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and of course share it to your friends and family who support Man United. I thank you for your support. Enjoy the game and enjoy the rest of your weekend, Red Devils. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.